What if I told you that buying one Bitcoin doesn't mean you actually own a coin? It's more like owning an invisible password to a vault that only you can open. People love to say, I bought one Bitcoin. But what does that really mean? Is it like buying a stock? Do you get a physical coin in the mail? Is your name written somewhere as the new owner? Not quite. Let's break it down simply with drawings, analogies, and zero crypto jargon. First things first, Bitcoin is not a coin. There's no physical object, no company logo, no office. It's just code, digital data on a public network. But here's the twist. That data is treated like money. Why? Because enough people agree that it has value. It's the same reason a piece of green paper with 20 printed on it can buy you tacos. It's not about what it is. It's about what people believe it is. Bitcoin is kind of like a digital collector's item. Imagine if the whole world agreed that a rare Pokemon card was worth $50,000, even if it's just cardboard. Now imagine that card was digital, and you couldn't copy it or fake it. That's Bitcoin. So what actually happens when you click Buy One Bitcoin on your phone? Let's say you're on a crypto app. You hit the big green button, boom, it says you now own one Bitcoin. But behind the scenes, your order goes into a global digital marketplace where millions of people are buying and selling Bitcoin 24/7. If someone's selling one BTC for the price you offered, your app matches you two up. And once that match happens, something gets updated in a giant digital notebook called the blockchain. The blockchain is like a public logbook of every Bitcoin transaction ever made. It's not stored in one place. It lives on thousands of computers around the world. And every few minutes, a new page of transactions gets added. Each page is linked to the one before it, hence the name, blockchain. So when you buy Bitcoin, your new ownership is recorded forever, but not with your name, with a long string of characters, your Bitcoin address. Now here's where it gets wild. You don't really own a coin. You own a private key. Think of it like a secret digital password. Your private key is what proves that you control the Bitcoin at a certain address. If you lose that key, game over. No reset button, no recovery email. It's gone. That's happened. People have thrown out laptops or USB drives holding private keys and lost millions of dollars in Bitcoin forever. Now, if you're using a crypto app or exchange, you probably don't see any of this. You just see your balance, one BTC. That's because most exchanges hold your private keys for you. It's like keeping your money in a bank, except the bank is a tech company, not regulated like a real bank. This is called custodial storage. It's convenient, but risky. Because if that company gets hacked, or goes bankrupt, or just disappears, like Mt. Gox did, your Bitcoin could vanish too. There's a saying in crypto, not your keys, not your coins. So if you really want to own Bitcoin, you move it to a private wallet. You hold the key. You become your own bank. Cool, right? But also kind of scary. Let's talk about the price now. Why does Bitcoin go up and down so much? One week it's 30K, the next 60K, or 20K, or 10K. It's a roller coaster. The reason? Bitcoin has a fixed supply. Only 21 million will ever exist. That's written into the code. Can't be changed. So the price depends on just one thing. How many people want it? If more people are buying than selling, the price goes up. If more are selling than buying, it drops. No central bank, no CEO, no quarterly reports. Just pure supply and demand. It's like a giant auction that never closes. But here's the deeper part. When you buy one Bitcoin, you're not just buying an investment. You're buying into a new way of thinking about money. You're stepping into a system where no government controls the supply, no bank holds your funds, no one can freeze your account, no one can block your transaction. You're in charge. Totally. Fully. Permanently. That's empowering, but also kind of terrifying. You become your own security system, your own backup, your own responsibility. Some people love that. Others hate it. But whether the price goes up or down, whether you hold it or sell it, one thing is true. After you understand Bitcoin, you never look at money the same way again. Because money, as we know it, is just trust. Bitcoin replaces trust in institutions with trust in math, in code, in logic. And that's a huge shift. So what really happens when you buy one Bitcoin? You don't get a coin. You get a line in a global ledger. You get a private key. You get control. And maybe you get a new perspective. Not bad for a few taps on your phone, right?